Let's do the functionality to upload our images to Firebase database. And what I'm going to do is go to my folder Firebase helpers. Right now we have 2 files here, and I'm going to create another one. And this is going to be a Swift file. And let's call this file storage. So I'm going to first import our Firebase because we need access to it. And we need access to the Firebase storage. This is where we are going to upload our images. And also I'm going to import progress AGT so that we can show some notifications to our user. Right, and now we can access we can create a class, and this is going to be file storage. It's not a subclass of any other class. We just have this file storage class. And what I'm going to do here is create a storage constant, which is going to be equals to storage dot storage, and we need to initialize this Firebase storage. So I don't want to type every time to initialize it. I just want to access the storage from this variable. So here we are going to have some functions. Our functions are going to upload and download images from Firebase storage. So once we upload an image, we are going to get a link where our Firebase has saved the image for us, and we're going to save the link. And when we want to access that image and download it, we're going to use that link in order to go and get that image that we have saved. So let's create a class function, and I'm going to call this upload image. And in order to upload image, we are going to pass it with the image, and this is a UI image. Then I'm going to pass another parameter where we want to save, which is our directory, and this is gonna be string. So Firebase directories are just like our, let me open my console.firebase. And if we go to the storage, you can see right now we have nothing. And when we upload, we can tell where exactly we want to put. So we're going to create custom folders and put the information inside. Our images, our avatar images in one folder, let's say our chat images in another folder. So we can easily understand by looking at our storage here what we have and where it's placed for. And this is where our directory comes in. So we're going to write a path to it. And apart from directory, we want to be notified when our image is uploaded, which is going to happen on a background thread. So we're going to have a completion handler. So we say completion at escaping, and what we want to return here is the link where we have saved our file. So I'm going to say document link, and this is going to be string, but it's an optional because it may fail to upload or may fail to get a link, so it may be nothing there. So that's why we're putting an optional. And then this callback doesn't return anything, so we put void there. All right, and now let's look what we want to do with our function. So we're providing it an image and a directory, and we want to put this image in that directory. But in order to upload something to our Firebase, we need to first convert it into a data, because you cannot put a UI image in Firebase. So let's get the full path to our folder. I'm going to go to my helpers, and in my constants I'm going to write the file reference, and this file reference is our root directory. So this is our root directory of our folder, and then we can add anything extra to it. So I'm going to copy this path, and here in my constants file I'm going to say public let k file reference is equals to this, and just command P to build this. So we now have access to this file, and we're ready to continue with our link building. So let's get back here and close this one. So let's say let storage reference is equals, and I'm going to access the storage here with a small letter, and then we want to get a reference for URL, and the URL is going to be our K file reference. So now we have the base link of our folder, and what we want to add is a child, and we want to pass our directory here. So we have our base URL added by our directory, whatever we pass here. Then we want to convert our image, UI image, into a data. So we say let image data is equals, and we access our UI image, and then we call JPEG data, and this will ask us a compression quality. So how much we want to compress, where 1 is 100% and 0 is minimum quality. So 1 is maximum quality, 0 is minimum quality. And let's put something like 0.6, somewhere in between. So we keep the 60% of our quality. And then in order to upload something to Firebase, we are going to create a task for it. So I will say var task, and this is a storage upload task. And then we will say that this task is equals to storage ref, and we will ask it to put a data, and we want the one with metadata and completion. So the data we want to put is our image data, and we need to unwrap this. A metadata is nil, we don't need that, and completion handler, just hit enter, and we're going to receive a metadata, storage metadata. So I call this metadata and error. Right, so once our task is uploaded, we're going to have access to the metadata, and this is where we want to get our link from. But first, as soon as we upload our document, the thing is that this task we have here equals to this put data. Whenever you upload something, it's like you are keep listening, observing any changes happening in Firebase database, the storage area. So we don't want to keep listening any changes happening to this file. Instead, we just want to upload it and get the link for it. That's why I have this task storage upload task here. And as soon as we upload it, I'm going to say task remove all observers. So we are not notified about any changes to this file. And then we want to tell our progress AUT to dismiss. And you will ask, like, what we are going to dismiss. There is nothing doing, we're nothing doing there. But the thing is, once we continue the code, we are going to show the upload percentage. So it's going to show us a bar how many percent of the image we have uploaded. And then once we dismiss the task, we want to also dismiss, remove the observer. We want to dismiss our progress AGD as well, because this task we are getting information about this percentage uploaded as well. So after we dismiss our progress AGD, I'm going to check if there is an error. So we say if error is not equals to nil, it means we have an error. So let's say print, and I'm going to say error uploading document, or let's say image, and let's pass our error here, localized description, and then I want to exit, so I will say return, because I don't want the rest of the code to be called if we have an error. And if we don't have an error, I will say storage ref dot download URL, and this will give us the download URL with completion, and we will have our URL and error. So let's get our download URL here. I want to first check if we have download URL. So I'll say card let download URL is equals to the URL that we are getting from here. And if we have a value here, it's okay. Else we are going to say return, and also we want to notify this completion handler that something went wrong and we want to call it back. So I'm say completion, and we're going to pass nil, and let's say return. So we want to exit our function if there is no download URL. If, however, there is a download URL and we don't have any error, I want to pass it to my completion handler and call it download URL dot absolute string. So this will provide us with the link where our file was saved. Now we need also some information to show how many percentage our file was uploaded. So that's why after our task here, we are going to write another task. So we will access actually our task itself, and we are going to observe, and we want to observe the progress with handler, and the status here is our progress. So I want to ask storage task status dot progress, and this will return the progress in the percentage of how much it's being uploaded. And then the handler, we just hit enter on it. It's called storage snapshot. I'm going to call mine snapshot. And here we want to show this percentage. This is where our progress AGD comes in. I will say let progress is equals, then we access our snapshot, get the progress of it, and we want to get a completed unit count. And in order to get a percentage, we need to understand how much is the total is. So we divide this by, again, accessing the snapshot progress, and then we get a total unit count. So this will be our percentage of the progress. Then we will access our progress AGD, and then we want to show progress. And then here we are going to pass our progress, which is CG float. So I will say CG float, and then we pass our progress variable. So this is the observer we are calling. And once we no longer need this observer, here we are asking it to remove all observers, and then we dismiss our AGUT that shows how much of the file we have already uploaded. So let's go ahead and try to use this function, and we're going to do that in edit profile. I have somewhere to do show status view. No, this is not the one. It says upload image, which is once we choose our avatar image. So let's go ahead and actually I want to create a function here. So let's call a function. We say self.upload avatar image, and we're going to pass our avatar image here. And since this is an optional and we check if it's not nil, I'm going to force unwrap this. And now we can write this function. And the reason I'm doing this in a separate function is we cannot call it straight away here. Actually we could, but in order to keep it clean, because we need to provide where the file directory is, etc. I'm going to do it, let's put under our gallery, mark, and we put this upload images and private func, say upload avatar image, and this will take a image, which is a type of UI image. So in this function, we have access to the image, but our file storage needs also a file directory where to upload. So let's create a file directory. And this is going to be equals, and let's create a folder called avatars /, and then I want to add some kind of name for our image. And the best way to save our avatar images is to give each user ID the name of avatar image. So whenever we want to get avatar image of specific user, we are going to grab the image that has its user ID. So I'm going to say plus, and we are going to get our, here we need a string interpolation, because we can say string plus another string /, and then we put our braces, and here I can say user.current ID, and then I can say here plus, and I will put a JPEG. This is my file format. So we want to save the file in avatars folder, and the name of the file is gonna be our user ID, and the extension is JPEG. There is one more thing I want to put in the name. I want to put underscore and then my user ID. And you will understand why we are doing this when we start getting our image, because this will help us to divide the huge avatar image link when we try to get an avatar image back. For saving, it doesn't matter, but for returning, this helps us a lot. So we have our file directory, we have our image we want to save, and now we can ask our file storage dot upload image, and the image is going to be our image directory, our file directory, and completion, this will return us an avatar link. And what we want to do with our avatar link is we say if var user is equals to user.current user. So we check if we have access to current user. I want to say user.avatar link is equals to the new avatar link. And remember, this is an optional, so we'll make it a nil back. In that case, I just want to save an empty string. So this is a fallback value of our optional here. So in case if it's nil, please set it to empty string. And then we want to save our user locally and in our Firebase. So I will say save user locally, and we pass our user, and we say Firebase user listener dot shared dot save user to Firestore, and we pass our user. And there is one more thing I want to do. Right now we are uploading our avatar to our Firestore, but also what we would like to do is to save the avatar image locally in our file directory of our application. And the reason I want to do this is that this way we get access to our images much faster. So when we are going to download these images from our Firebase, first we want to check if we have saved it locally or no. And if we have done that, we will get it from local disk instead of downloading it from Firebase, which is much faster and we don't have to use the traffic to download this. So I'm going to put a to-do here. We'll say save image locally. And before we do the save image locally, I want to test if we actually can save something to Firestore. So run the application. Again, let's go ahead and refresh our storage. We shouldn't have anything in our folder. So here is my application running. Let's go to my settings, choose an image here. I'm going to upload this leave, click done. I see the percentage comes and it uploads and it disappears. So it means the uploading has finished. Let me refresh this view. I'll get back to our storage. We have an avatar folder. Let's open this up. We have one file with a underscore and then some value.jpg, which is 1.3 megabyte. And now let's go to our cloud Firestore to access my user, and you can see we have now avatar link, which is where our avatar image is saved right now. So we have our way of uploading an image to Firebase, and in our next lecture we are going to get it. And once I come to my view here, we want to set this image for our user.